And as Ammon entered the land of Ishmael, the Lamanites took him and bound him, as was their custom to bind all the Nephites who fell into their hands, and carry them before the king. And thus he was left to the pleasure of the king to slay them, or to retain them in captivity, or to cast them into prison, or to cast them out of his land, according to his will and pleasure. Thus Ammon was carried before the king who was over the land of Ishmael, and his name was Lamoni, and he was a descendant of Ishmael. Dost thou desire to dwell among my people?
Yea, I desire to dwell among this people for a time, yea, and perhaps until the day I die.
And it came to pass that King Lamoni was much pleased with Ammon, and caused that his band should be loosed. And he would that Ammon should take one of his daughters to wife. But Ammon said unto him,
Nay, but I will be thy servant.
Therefore Ammon became a servant to King Lamoni. And it came to pass that he was set among other servants to watch the flocks of Lamoni, according to the custom of the Lamanites. And after he had been in the service of the king 3 days, as he was with the Lamanitish servants going forth with their flocks to the place of water, which was called the water of cedars, so that a certain number of the Lamanites who had been with their flocks to water stood and scattered the flocks of Ammon and the servants of the king, and they scattered them insomuch that they fled many ways. Now the servants of the king began to murmur, saying, Now the king will slay us, as he has our brethren, because their flocks were scattered by the wickedness of these men.
Behold, our flocks are scattered already. My brethren, be of good cheer, and let us go in search of the flocks, and we will gather them together and bring them back unto the place of water. And thus we will preserve the flocks unto the king, and he will not slay us. Encircle the flocks round about, that they flee not. And I go and contend with these men who do scatter our flocks.
And they went in unto the king, bearing the arms which had been smitten off by the sword of Ammon. Bring this man unto me,